Hi, I'm Susan Lewis from WRTI. I'm here with Seong-Jin Cho. He's playing Brahms Piano Concerto No. 2 with the Philadelphia Orchestra. Seong-Jin, welcome back to Philadelphia. You just finished rehearsal, huh?
Yes, I did.
You were here making your debut in 2018, playing Mozart's Piano Concerto.
Right. It's been a while.
Well, lots happened in the world, too.
Yes, right. Actually, I was supposed to come here in 2020, like October or November, with Master Eschenbach, but of course it was canceled. And I'm so glad to be back.
Well, it's great to have you back. So Brahms' Piano Concerto No. 2 in B-flat major is a grand work for piano and orchestra with a lot of emotion and dialogue with the orchestra, lively rhythms, a complex cadenza in the middle of the first movement. When did you first play it?
Yeah, I learned this piece last year, and then I played with Yannick for the first time actually in Montreal. And it was also my first performance of the Brahms Second Concerto.
What did you think about it when you were learning it? How did you approach it?
Well, I don't remember when I first heard this concerto. I think I was maybe 14 or 15, and I've been always loving this piece, and this is one of my favorite concertos. And of course, this is very technically demanding, but it is so pleasing to play because there's continuous dialogue between the orchestra and the piano. So yeah, I just love this piece.
Do you think of images when you're playing it, or do you sing along in your head?
When I play on the piano, I imagine about the orchestra sound. Like Brahms' music is often very like an orchestra, even though he composed a lot of music for piano, but many of them sound like an orchestra music.
Yes, and this one has been called even symphonic with 4 movements. Can you describe any particular parts that you find challenging or engaging?
Technically, it is so challenging, but sometimes I just forget about it because musically it is so moving, and especially the third movement is so well written, and there's so much of imaginations. Like there's beautiful cello solo in the third movement, and the second movement is also very dramatic, and there's endless dialogue between the orchestra and the piano. So I find it very difficult, but I don't suffer when I play this piece. I'm just enjoying it.
Once you've learned to work like this, do you have a routine to prepare physically and mentally to perform it?
Well, physically, this is a long piece, it's a big piece, so I really have to sleep so well the night before. And it is not a short piece or miniature piece, so I always think about the climax, and yeah, I'm thinking about the big picture when I perform this piece.
Well, you've been performing for quite some time. You were born in 1994 and started piano at 6 in South Korea. And your parents were not musicians, but I gather they were music lovers.
Yes, I started playing the piano at the age of 6, and my parents were not musicians, but like learning one instrument like piano was very normal thing when I was in Korea as a child. And my piano teacher was very passionate. I was so in love with the music, especially the classical music.
Well, you were playing when you were very young. You did your first public recital at 11 and began winning competitions. It takes so much work and determination to do all this. And then you won your first prize in the Chopin International Competition in 2015.
I have to say that I'm very lucky because I love my job. Not everyone loves their job, but I don't consider being a pianist like as a job. I just like classical music, and I just love playing the piano. So I'm very fortunate that I became a professional pianist, and I still don't feel that like I'm working when I do the rehearsal or practicing.
Do you play other kinds of music to unwind?
I tried like jazz, but it's totally different kind of music. So, and it's so hard for me, so I gave up.
Do you do anything else to unwind?
My life is quite simple. I just travel quite often, and I just practice and rehearse. And I don't have so many like hobbies. I just watch movies or series or walk, and eating good food became the most important hobby. So I can say I'm foodie.
Well, you mentioned that you love the piano, and every city you go to, every orchestra you play with will have a different piano. Is that an issue for you?
Sometimes yes, it is. And probably is one of the most demanding part of being a professional pianist, unless you don't travel with your own piano. Yeah, sometimes it is demanding, but it is also fun to adjust every time differently, um, depending on the acoustic and the action of the piano.
How's it been for you in Philadelphia this visit? You just finished a rehearsal.
I was so impressed by the orchestra. They sounded incredible, and the piano was very powerful, and it is very appropriate for Brahms music. So I'm really looking forward to my concert. I can say this is one of my favorite concertos.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for giving us a few minutes of your time. It's great to talk with you, Seong-Jin.
Thank you, my pleasure.